Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Geography with Karunarathne. So, what you are watching right now is part 3 of grade 8 Geography first lesson, which is about the solar system. Okay, so far we have done 2 videos. I'll give the link in the description box for our 2 previous video. So if you are interested, you can go and watch them as well. So today we'll be doing, in previous classes, I would say, we discussed about the sun and the overall ideas about the solar system. Okay, so today we'll be looking into the planets of our solar system. Basically, there are 8 planets in our solar system. So today we'll be looking into some of them. So um, let's first go into the this definition that we have been given about these planets. Spherical objects that are moving around on orbits around the sun are called planets. Okay, so these are some spherical objects. What are spherical? ගෝලාකාරයි. මේවා ගෝලාකාර වස්තුන් මෙයාලා moving on orbits. එයාලටම විශේෂිතුණු කක්ෂයක් තියෙනවා. නැත්නම් පාරක් තියෙනවා. මේ ඒ හැම ග්‍රහ ලෝකයක්ම තමන්ට ආවේනික වුණු ගමනක තමන්ට ආවේනික වුණු පාරක මේ ගෝලාකාර වස්තු ඉර වටේ ගමන් කරනවා. මේ ගෝලාකාර වස්තුන් වලට අපි කියනවා ග්‍රහ ලෝක කියලා. Okay, so the solar system has 8 planets. So what are these planets? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay, in my first video, I gave you a sentence where you could, it's kind of a tip where you can keep them in your mind, which is, my very educated mother just served us noodles. My Mercury, very Venus, educated Earth, Mother Mars, just Jupiter. My very educated mother just served Saturn, us Uranus, and Neptune, it's noodles. Okay, so if you're like, if you can't remember them in an order, then that sentence would help you. Between Mars and Jupiter, there's a belt of asteroids. Planets have been divided into 2 categories as inner planets and outer planets. Okay, so in the solar system, now we know there are 8 planets. So there has been there's a category, 2 categories that they have been given. What are these 2 categories? Inner planets and outer planets. Then how do we categorize them? We categorize them based on one special feature. Let's say that's the belt of asteroids. So based on the location of these planets, we kind of divide them into 2 categories. So we'll be discussing them now. First one, inner planets. Okay, inner planets. What are these inner planets? Inner planets are the planets located between the sun and the belt of asteroids. Okay, so are known as inner planets. Study. They are composed of rocks made up of silicate and metal materials. Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars belong to the category of inner planets. So what are these inner planets? If you are questioned on these planets, if the test paper asks you to write a proper definition for inner planets, what would be the definition? These inner planets are the planets which are located between sun and belt of asteroids. Let us show you. See, this is the asteroid belt that we talked of so far. This is the asteroid belt. So the planets which are in between this asteroid belt and sun, okay, in between මේ දෙන්න මැද්දේ asteroid belt අපි එකට සිංහලෙන් කියනවා ග්‍රාහක වලල්ලක් කියලා. මේ ග්‍රාහක වලල්ල සහ ඉර සූර්යයා අතර මැද්දේ ඉන්න ග්‍රහලෝක 4ට අපි inner planets කියලා කියනවා. එතකොට මෙයාලගේ තියෙන composition එකත් අපිට දීලා තියෙනවා. Then what about outer planets? Outer planets are the planets located outside the asteroid belt. See, based on this asteroid, we have categorized them into two categories. First one, inner planets, and the next one, outer planets. Okay, what are inner planets? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So these are outer planets. Then do you see a special feature that we can identify when just looking into this to this picture? That is, what about the size? You see, the size of these inner planets are quite smaller when we compare them with outer planets. You see, their size is kind of small, but these planets, they are kind of big. So it's like this. Now, this, we know this solar system is kind like family. So outer planets are the older brothers and sisters, and these inner planets are the ones who are younger in the family. මේ inner planets ලා පවුලින චූටි කට්ටිය පොඩි ළමයි ටික මෙයාලා තමයි පවුලින ලොකු කට්ටිය ලොකු අයියා ලොකු අක්කා මේ කට්ටිය තමයි මේ ඉන්නේ outer planets කියලා මේ ඉන්නේ පවුලින චූටි බබාලා ටික ඒ තමයි මේ inner planets. Right? So now we know about these inner planets and outer planets, and they say Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune belong to this category. They are basically gaseous in composition. They have hydrogen and helium inside them. Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. It's the smallest planet of the solar system. Okay, this is the closest planet to the Sun. Okay, it's the closest one, and also it's the smallest one. Closest one and also the smallest one. It's a bit larger than the Moon, and it's similar to the size of our sun, Moon. අපි රැට එළියට ගියට පස්සේ අපි අපේ චන්ද්‍රයා දකින්නේ. චන්ද්‍රයාගේ ප්‍රමාණයට ගොඩක් සමානයි. Temperature is extremely high due to the close proximity to the sun and slow rotation. Surface temperature is about 167 Celsius. Okay, so it's so hot there. Really hot, so we can't even go near it. Why is that? Because of its close proximity to the sun. එනේ මෙයානේ ඉරට කිට්ටුවෙන් ඉන්න කෙනා ඒ නිසා මෙයාගේ උෂ්ණත්වය බොහොම අධිකයි. මෙයාගේ මතු පිට උෂ්ණත්වය සෙල්සියස් අංශක 167ක් කියලා කියනවා. There are craters on the surface due to volcanic eruptions. What are craters? ආවාට volcanic eruptions ඒකට අපි කියනවා ගිනි කඳු පුපුරායන්. Due to these volcanic eruptions, when volcanic eruptions occur, they leave craters on the surface of this Mercury. Okay, so we can see craters on it as well. It has no atmosphere. Okay, so this just like Earth having an atmosphere, but the Mercury does not has an atmosphere. Therefore, this is a high risk of there is a high risk of falling asteroids and meteors. Now we know when there's an atmosphere, there are so many of benefits. One of the benefits that we have from our atmosphere is that it protects us from falling asteroids and meteors. Okay, our Earth is protected by our meteors, especially mesosphere. It protects us. It kind of dissolves these asteroids that come towards Earth. So unlike Earth, this Mercury does not possess an atmosphere. Therefore, there's a high risk of falling asteroids and meteors on it. Okay, Mercury has no satellites as well. So these are some special features that we can see about Mercury. Let's quickly move on to a video which is about Mercury, and there in that video all these planets. Now there are 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. All these planets have been given a name. Their name due to a specific reason from history. Okay, especially Greek history. Okay, so the people who named these planets were especially Greek people. Okay, so they have given names for these planets as per their history, their war history, or maybe some other philosophical or literature history with related to literature. Anyways, they have given a specific name looking into their history. So it's kind of interesting. So there's a homework for you. So if you have time, you can Google them and you can get to know the reasons behind these planets being given a specific name. Okay. So let's quickly move on to Mercury. I'll be skipping on and off, but let's quickly look into this video. Hope it's clear.
The planet Mercury is named after the messenger of the Roman gods, because even the ancients could see how swift
Pardon me, it's not Greek, it's Roman. Okay.
And fleeting it is in the sky. But it wasn't until recently that scientists began unraveling Mercury's many mysteries. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system. Its diameter currently measures just over 3,000 miles, about the size of the continental United States.
See how this Mercury, see how small this planet is. It's similar to the size of the USA. Okay, sorry, continental USA.
Like Earth, Mercury is a terrestrial planet with 3 main layers: a core, a mantle. Also, its iron core is in Earth's inner and outer size. It's had a surprising influence on Mercury's overall size by causing it to shrink. The hot iron core has slowly cooled and contracted over the planet's 4.5 billion years. In doing so, it pulled Mercury's surface inward and has caused the planet to shrink radially by more than 4 miles. This shrinking planet is also the planet closest to the Sun, orbiting our solar system's star at an average distance of roughly 36 million miles. Such proximity affects Mercury's atmosphere, or rather, the lack of one. It only has a very thin exosphere, which is traditionally the outermost layer of a planet's atmosphere. This exosphere is made of oxygen, sodium, hydrogen, helium, and potassium, all whipped up from the planet's surface by solar winds. Of extremes, the surface temperature can climb to 800 degrees Fahrenheit during the daytime. Mercury's proximity to the Sun is also the reason behind its age-old reputation of being swift and fleeting. The Sun's gravity pulls harder on Mercury than any other planet, and like all planets, Mercury travels in an elliptical orbit, slowing down when it's farther away from the Sun and accelerating as it draws closer. Clocking in at an average speed of over 100,000 miles per hour, Mercury slings around the Sun in just 88 days. To the Sun. And so far, it's only been visited by 2 spacecraft, NASA's Mariner 10 and Messenger. Those missions gave us much of what we know today, but future ventures are in the works with high hopes of revealing more of Mercury's secrets.
Okay, so that's about planet Mercury. Okay, so I'll meet you again from part 4. Thank you for watching.